Hello, everyone. Welcome to the third part of this video series. And so, in the last video, we looked at how to place your items on the board, yeah, on your PCB layout. And so, this time, and I mean, I asked you to place. We did one together, and then you were supposed to put the second one, on the board. If you haven't done it, it's fine. I'm going to show you how I did it, and you can just go ahead and pause the video and drag and drop, I guess. But it's nothing really crazy, so I'm sure everybody might have been able to do it. So yeah, we have this here, and let me close this. So we'll come back to this, right? And so you can this is the board, right? You can hit pause and connect if you haven't, if you're trying to keep everything aligned to, yeah, you can, try that. But well, I'm going to go to auto routes, and there are two types of auto routing. There's also manual routing. So let's do auto routes. And I mean, it's not really the optimum. We can start with the cloud routing. So since router server says cloud, you can just click run. But before I do that, I'm going to skip all ground nets and we'll place a VM. Right. So let's run that. And I mean, it's going to start at 0, depending, like I'm on an enterprise network, and sometimes I don't get some of these things do not work because those things are blocked. I don't know why, but I run into a lot of problems when I use this with easy EDA. I don't really use cloud routing that much regardless, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. But yeah, this is taking some time. So while that is running, I guess if the interface still works, we can go ahead and install another router. So yeah, we can go to route and select auto route, right? And all right. Well, it says due to limitation of router server resources, multiple routers executing concurrently are not supported. Please try again later or do it manually. All right. So don't worry, cloud routing didn't work. It's almost the same as local router. So let's just click install local router, click local auto router. And there's Windows, there's Mac, there's Linux. There are also a couple of things you might have to do if you're using a browser like Firefox, right? And there's also a lot of things, but the most important thing is auto router is not good enough. Suggest routing manually. Recommend, right? Routing conflict, run track. I'll show you what those things do. And yeah. So you can just install this for now. And you can click save. Right. I mean, I already have it, but I'll still go ahead and install it regardless. And it's going to go downloading. So what you really have to do is this. You can just go in here, and I think it's 57 megabytes or so, and so you can extract this folder, right? And you put it anywhere on your PC. So I already have it here in a folder called utils, and you can open it. Then what happens is that there's this thing here that's called win64.bat. So run this, okay? And do not run as administrator. It's not necessary. So right, so now this is it. And if you should go back here and select auto router, sorry, click cancel, and just want to confirm what's going on. All right, so you should hit route, auto route, and yeah, we're still going to skip all ground nets, and we can use local, right? So now if you hit run, it's going to, yep, do this, and it'll tell you attempted 81, completed 81, right? That's 100% success, and 0 failed, and total of yes 1, right? So you can select okay. And I mean, this is what we had, but if you look at the local router, there are a few things that for example, these sides, I guess you could take the connections, but for example, looking at this chink here, right? We could have just directly gone straight this way. So that's one of the reasons why they don't allow you to, or they don't recommend you doing auto routing. I guess it's still under development, so with time it will get good. And I will show you what to do with the ground later, right? For example, look at this. This VCC goes all the way through here. Oh my, right? um there are definitely better ways, right? You could also put a VR under the board and just route all your VCC lines or something. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to route, and I'm going to hit on route all, and this is what we'll do next. Hit K to make this way, and we'll just start connecting stuff quickly. So I'll hit W, or I can come here. Let me hide this preview window. It's not doing much. And we can go here, wire or track, right? Or hit W. So connect SCK to SCK, RCK to RCK. You know, this is really just like building a breadboard. And let's leave the ground nets for now. So we're going to go R16, right? Then we go R15, R14, you know. R13, R12, R11, R10, R9, right? Let the grounds be. Let's do the same for LED. So this is really straightforward, you know, especially with this circuit. I guess it's not too crazy. And when we're done, we'll make the board much smaller. So right, same thing here. So we go R8, R7, R6, R5, R4, R3, and let's see. Let me put this one back up. Right. All right. I'm more comfortable with this because I don't want all my notifications showing and stuff. Yeah. Then you can go U1. Oh, this is R4, R5, R6, R7, R8. Then we can put R1 back. You know. So this way, right? Now the few things we need to connect still. And I guess I should have taken a screenshot of what the auto router looked like and place this side by side just so we compare and see if, you know, we had done a better job. We can go around this, but I'll just place a VR here, you know, just to show you one thing. So actually, I'll do that later. Let me do all the other connections. So we have a ground here, but we have our V in, and V in comes this way, and then we put it here, right? So that's our V in. And the next line we have to place is our VCC. So ideally you can send your VCC around these lines, you know, but if you're not feeling too good about it, then you can do something else with it. But for me, I'm going to just put VCC. You can send it through these two, or you can just round it around the track and then bring it all the way here, right? So that's entirely up to you, but I'm going to go in this direction and I'll place this VCC. Okay, I could also delete it and then do something else. Maybe place it last. So let's place this SER line, and that would come here and here. So right now we have to put SCK to SCK, RCK to RCK, right? And in order to do that, we're going to discover something really interesting. So let me place the RCK first since it's right here. So we'll go this way. Click. Go up a bit. Um, all right. Oh my God, this is messing with my head. And then we can go ahead and place our SDK. Now, there's an interesting problem that you will encounter here, right? And this is what the problem is. Over here, right? We need to go from here to here, definitely, right? But there's a wire blocking us. And unlike a breadboard, we can't just, put the wire over it because it's going to be connected. So then we're going to use what we call a via. And I mean, people say via, I say via. I mean, I don't know who's right. But you can click this, right? Or you can hit the key V. So since this is the first time, I'll click this, and you place it on the pin, right? Then you can just place a via on that same pin, because it's, we can just connect a wire through. But then we need to go to the bottom layer. So you can come here and click this bottom layer. Click this place, right? Then, yeah, that's really it. Then the next thing you do, yeah, you put Q7 prime on this Q7 prime, right? We almost forgot that, but I almost forgot. So I can click this, come up here and then place, So we have only our VCC lines left, and we're in a tight spot, because this VCC might probably not be able to go, but then we've already seen how to place a via, so you could just go back a bit. Oh my God, I hate this. Still connected. Just to put some extra room over here, So let's go and then with our VCC, we extend this a bit and then place a via over here. Then we can I mean, I guess we can go on the bottom layer or the top layer, but we can just go on the bottom layer. So if you hit B, because this is a through hole component, the pad is exposed both on the top and on the bottom, so you can just go directly like this, and that works. Now, what else haven't we done? Oh yeah, this VCC. So we can just do via to via, right? And by now, it should be easy for you. So you can click this, go to the top layer, and interesting. Yeah, you can bring it upward a bit. I mean, it really depends on you. You can also go all the way around this track. I mean, it's crazy. So let's just place a via here as well. And what we're going to do is we'll go back to the bottom layer and W our way all the way down, right? Yep. Think I can clean this place up a bit. Let me just go at it again. It's just all right. So we have this all, and I think the only pins left unconnected are our grounds, right? So we're going to do something interesting over here. Now we're placing what we call a copper area, right? Or a copper zone. So you can come here, you see your copper area, and click it or press the key E. I'll ask you for the net, and we're going to just go with ground. Okay, zoom out a bit, and I like to place it all over my board. I mean, for the most part. So you select, I usually use the closest grid, right? to the board that's also not directly in line with the board's outline. So I can go E here, you go down. When you get here, you click, sorry, not E, click, right? Click. And on the last part, you can either click, or I just like to leave my mouse here, right? I leave my mouse here, like look, man, no hands, and then I hit escape. And what's going to happen is that it's going to build this entire copper layer, copper area for me, right? You can do the same on the bottom side of the board too. Let's just do it. I don't know if they prefer like, I'll probably ask a manufacturer if they prefer you to have, in terms of manufacturability, I guess the copper isn't deposited on the board. The copper is already on the board and they're kind of removing it. So it makes sense if maybe fewer bits are removed, right? But now that we've done this, just check, made a big mistake. We didn't connect one VCC line, right? So in order to connect that VCC line, what we're going to do is now you can't really draw a wire across this. You won't see it. So you can go to this side, copper zone, make it invisible. And then you can come here and just add to this, place a via here. You can actually go all the way here, right? And then place a via. And that way it connects everything for you, right? Then I mean, maybe on this side it might be a little bit difficult, but we can go maybe down a bit. Yeah, we can come down a bit, click via, and then bottom layer, and we can just come this way, that's fine. But then a little problem arises, and this is what the problem is. When I make the copper zone visible again, you can see that you don't really see the VCC pins because now it's bridged with ground. So you can just go ahead and right click copper area and then rebuild all. Okay. And then one thing, I'm going to hover my mouse here and I'll see my mouse X is around maybe 54. So I'm just going to go ahead and make my board much smaller. So go to set board outline, and instead of 71 as the width, you can make it 55, I guess, and then apply. And you can just go ahead and rebuild your copper area again, and everything should look good now, and in the next video I'm going to show you just a few tweaks that we make to the board, after this step. All right, so see you then.